We want to now look at nominal exchange rate depreciation. We first see, okay, what does it mean when we say a currency depreciates relative to another currency? So this basically means that the currency has fallen in value relative to another currency, which you can think about in terms of weakening of a currency. So now we need to see, okay, is depreciation represented by an increase or decrease in the nominal exchange rate? Well, this depends upon how we define the nominal exchange rate. It can be defined in one of two ways. First is the indirect method, where we write it in terms of how many units of domestic currency can one unit of foreign currency buy. Here, assume US is the home country and UK is the foreign country. So in this case, you can write your nominal exchange rate using the indirect method as $1.32 per pound, which means that you can get 1.32 units of the domestic currency dollar with 1 unit of the foreign currency pound. Another way of writing the same information is to use the direct method, where you see how many units of foreign currency can 1 unit of domestic currency buy. So it's the exact opposite of how you write the nominal exchange rate using the indirect. So here, now the nominal exchange rate will be expressed in terms of pounds per dollar. So here it will tell us that it will be like 0.76 pounds per dollar, which means that you can get the 0.76 units of the foreign currency, i.e. pounds, with 1 unit of the domestic currency, i.e. dollars. Now this is the exact same information that the indirect method is telling you, but it's just another way of saying it. Because what the direct method is saying is that, okay, you can get like 0.76 pounds with $1. So here we can also see if you get if 0.76 pounds can get you like $1, so 1 pound can get you 1 by $0.76. So 1 pound can essentially get you $1.32, which is the same information that you got from the indirect method. So they both are like there were the two different ways of writing the same thing. And depending upon how you're writing the nominal exchange rate, that will determine whether depreciation is an increase or decrease in the nominal exchange rate. If we write it using the indirect method, then in that case, a depreciation will be represented by an increase in the nominal exchange rate. Because here initially it was like the nominal exchange rate was say $1.32 per pound. So now say it is $1.54 per pound. So in this case, what we're saying is initially 1 pound could get you $1.32, but now it can get you $1.54, which means the dollar has fallen in value relative to pound. However, in the direct method, a depreciation is represented by a decrease in the nominal exchange rate. Why? Because initially we were saying okay, the nominal exchange rate was 0.76 pounds per dollar, but now it's 0.65 pounds per dollar, which means that initially $1 could buy 0.76 pounds, but now it can buy only 0.65 pounds, which means the dollar has fallen in value relative to pound because now you can buy fewer units of foreign currency with 1 unit of your own domestic currency, so it has become weaker relative to the pound. So essentially the idea is that whether an increase or decrease in the nominal exchange rate represents depreciation, that depends upon how you're defining it. If you're defining it in terms of the indirect method, then an increase in the nominal exchange rate represents a depreciation of your local currency, i.e. dollars in this case. And if you're writing it in terms of the direct method, then in that case, a decrease in the nominal exchange rate represents depreciation of your local currency, i.e. dollars in this case.